Good morning. Can you all hear me? Are you okay? Yeah. Okay. Right. Anything wrong with the voice? Are you all okay?
Yes, yes, Doctor. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. Right. Right. Today we carry on with presuppositions. Okay. So now there are certain invisible relations that need to be addressed, that need to be explained in communication. Being a social act, pragmatics includes a number of terms that show the invisible meaning, which the speaker and listener or the writer and reader may figure out. Now, what is presupposition to start with? What do I mean by a presupposition? It means something the speaker assumes to be the case before prior to making the utterance or an utterance. Before making an utterance, the speaker assumes that the listener is aware of certain aspects before producing the utterance. So, for instance, I mean, last time I cited the example, Mary has 3 children. What does that presuppose?
That Mary is married.
That Mary is married. Now, this is something cultural, yeah? It's something cultural, it's something religious. Of course, different peoples, you know what I mean? Peoples, that means shu'ub, yeah? Different peoples, different cultures, yeah, conceive or may conceive the universe differently, in a different way. What does that mean? Now, what is considered to be good in some culture may turn to be bad in another culture, and vice versa. And vice versa. So, in other words, what's culturally accepted in some countries, in some cultures, may not be so in other cultures. So, to our mind, when we say Mary is pregnant, this presupposes that she is married. In some other cultures, she doesn't need to be married. She may have children, but she doesn't need to be married because that's culturally and socially acceptable in some societies. Now, remember, I used the term love child or love children. To my surprise, I was just skimming through some statistics released by the United Nations. Yeah, United Nations. الأمم المتحدة. Yeah? They released some statistics that 74% of children in some countries, 75% of children are illegitimate, illegitimate. In other words, I mean, we have children who are the product of illegal relationships, yet they're accepted as such in some societies. So through pragmatics, we can read the mind of speakers of any given language. Because remember, we said that language is the mirror of civilization, is the mirror of culture, is the mirror of thought. So if we read a novel, a play, a poem, we can read the mind, we can learn about the mentality, about the way of life of a certain society. Right. Let's have some more examples. Now, when we say the police ordered the miners to stop drinking, the police ordered the miners to stop drinking. What is the presupposition here? What does this sentence presuppose? The police ordered the miners, underaged. The miners here means underaged, to stop drinking. What does this presuppose?
If they are not underage, they can drink.
If they are underage, if they aren't underage, yeah, it presupposes that the miners were drinking. Yeah. So when we say the police ordered the miners to stop drinking, it means, or it presupposes, that the minors, the underaged, were drinking. Yeah, and you are right. I mean, it could also presuppose that adults may drink, but not minors, not underaged.
And it's
So-
illegal in their country for
Yeah, of
minors
course,
to
yeah.
drink.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the underaged may smoke, may not smoke. They may not drink, the underaged, but the adults may do so. So that's part of the norms of society. In some countries, I think France, the Minister of Health and that of Education allowed children to take certain kinds of drugs, and they consider that as part socially and culturally acceptable. Yeah. So language reveals the way, it reveals the set of beliefs, the set of social norms, the set of habits. All this can be revealed through language. Certain concepts exist in one culture, but not in another. See what I mean? Some cultures have certain concepts which are absent in other cultures. You see what I mean? Can you give an example of that? There are...
Doctor, you gave the example before about the pregnant woman.
Sorry, can you just...
You gave the example before about the pregnant woman when you said that she's pregnant, but like in Islamic countries, she can't be pregnant without marrying someone.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But like in foreign countries, she can.
Okay, I know of a European girl. I mean, she was married to a Jordanian, and they went to the court, to conclude the marriage contract. And the judge asked her first, how much is the dowry? Then, how much is the deferred dowry? She was sort of, surprised. Why dowry? Because they don't have this concept in their culture. They don't have it anymore. Men there don't pay dowries, let alone deferred dowry. Deferred means المؤجل يعني. So she just couldn't figure out what the judge was saying, because we have different we have cultural differences. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's see what the following sentence presupposes. It's strange that the US invaded Cambodia in 1970. What does that presuppose? It's strange that the US invaded Cambodia in 1970.
Cambodia was independent before that.
Yeah, okay, right. Or the US invaded Cambodia. It presupposes that the US invaded Cambodia, yes, or occupied Cambodia in 1970. Okay. When did Muhammad say, peace be with him, first receive revelation?
Muhammad received an revelation.
Yeah, it presupposes that he received revelation. What does
Or
that
he is the
define?
prophet.
Yeah, he's
He
a
is a
prophet.
prophet.
Yeah, it means that he is who receives revelation? A prophet or a messenger. Right. Very good. Yeah. Okay. Who discovered America in 1492?
Christopher Columbus.
I mean, what does it presuppose?
America was discovered.
America was discovered.
Yes.
America was discovered. So when we say, when the speaker says, when he asks the listener or the audience, who discovered America in 1492, it is presupposed, it's presupposed, he assumes that the speaker already knows that America was discovered. So when was it discovered? In 1492. Yeah, any idea? 1492, yes. Did you want to comment on this? Make any comments? Yeah.
Before that,
who discovered America in 1492?
Christopher Columbus.
Yeah. Are we sure about this?
في أمريكا.
Yeah. متى اكتشفت أمريكا?
At first, there's an explorer. His name was America.
Who's that? Who's speaking?
Dina.
Dina, just a minute.
Yes.
Okay. Where are we? Yeah. Right. Where's that book? I do have a book. It was written by a prominent. Here it is. It was written by a prominent scholar. I met him in 2005. I met the author. His name is Quick, Dr. Quick. Here is the book. Can you see it?
Yes, doctor.
Can you see the book? Can you read the title?
Yes. Deeper
Yeah,
roots?
it's Deeper,
Yes.
Deeper Roots. Deeper Roots. Muslims in the Americas and the Caribbean from before Columbus to the present. It was discovered 1,000 years before Christopher Columbus arrived there. You can read the book if you like. I can send you a copy of this. Okay, so we need to have accurate information, and we have to update our information.
Yes, doctor, they said that Muslims in Anderson age this was going to America before Christopher and Latin.
Yeah, 600 years before Columbus, arrived there. 600 years, 6 centuries. So it's not true that America was discovered. This is given. There's an example cited and given by different scholars. They keep saying America was discovered in 1492, but this is an amazing, piece of information, and it's well substantiated. Okay, right. Anyway, so who discovered America in 1492? Presupposes that America was discovered, irrespective of the date. So it means that America was discovered. Why don't pigs have wings? Why don't pigs have
can't fly.
wings? Yeah, it means that pigs can't fly, or pigs have no wings. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Now, let's say one more example from a different culture. Anybody? Mary had irrevocable divorce. Now, this is something cultural. We have to take different cultures into account, not just the English culture, just to show how cultures differ, how languages differ. Yeah. So when we say Mary had irrevocable divorce, what does that presuppose?
She was married,
Okay, it means she was married.
and she doesn't divorced completely yet.
No, this is something cultural, as I said. This is why, if we are to understand how to use language, we have to be familiar with. We have to share. We must have shared knowledge and experience. Knowledge covers all aspects of life: social, cultural, religious, economic, etc. So she had irrevocable divorce. Irrevocable is IRREVOCABLE. Irrevocable. Any idea?
It means permanent.
Yeah, that's very good. Who said so?
Tala.
Tala. Yeah, that's very good. It means permanent. So how many times was she divorced?
One time.
No.
3.
Yeah, like you said, it's. If a woman is divorced once, that's not permanent. Yeah, there's something cultural. It's part and parcel of our culture.
Doctor, if she was Christian, so 1, and
Yes,
if
doctor.
she was
Oh, I see. Okay. If
Yes,
as I
doctor.
said,
I mean that.
yeah. Okay. As I said, it depends on the cultural background, on the religious background, on the set of beliefs. So in Jordan, we have we have diversity. We have diversity. We have Christianity, we have Islam, we have different races, different cultures, different. Jordan is the melting pot of all nations. Now, if the lady is Christian, then one divorce is enough. That's permanent.
Yes,
Now,
doctor,
sorry.
because you said that her name was Mary, so we
Yes, I assumed that she's.
Oh, Mary is Maryam, طبعا.
Yeah.
yes, but yeah,
Mary is Maryam. So sometimes now what's the equivalent of give the English equivalent of the following okay, I give you the names in English. Give their equivalent in Arabic. John. What's the equivalent of John in Arabic? Any idea?
Doctor, I know, but my cultural background is different.
Okay, who is that? Is that Taylor?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Taylor. Yes. Yeah, it's okay. We're discussing cultural.
Like I don't know if it's right. Like.
Yeah, John is Yahya in Arabic.
Yeah. Like we call him Yohanna.
Yes.
Oh, Yohanna. Okay, Yohanna. We call it. We use Yahya. Yeah. Okay. Now, how about Jonah? Jonah.
Yunus.
Yeah, that's very good. Jonah is Yunus. Yeah. Job. 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 Job is Ayub. Jacob.
Yaqub.
Yaqub.
Very good. Joseph.
Yusuf.
Yusuf.
Yeah, very good. Okay, very good. Matthews. This is for Taylor.
Lisa.
No, Matthews. Matthews is Matta. The Gospel of Matthews. Yeah. What else? Jesus.
Yeshua.
Yeshua.
Okay. Or Isa alayhi salam. I would say Al-Yeshua or Isa. Okay. Okay. Abraham. Ibrahim. So we have to learn as a translation major or English major, we need to use in translation, of course, or in conversation, in oral communication, we have to use the anglicized forms of proper names.
Doctor?
Okay. Yes, just a minute, please. Noah. Noah.
Nuh.
Noah. Yeah, Noah. Yeah. Eve.
Hawa.
Hawa. Very good. Yeah. Okay. Right. Ishmael.
Ismail.
Ismail. Say Ishmael. Okay. What else?
Doctor Mo.
Again?
Mo.
I didn't catch that. Can you speak up?
Mo. M-O-E. Mo.
Mo. Yeah. Can you give the Arabic equivalent?
Muhammad.
No,
Did they say,
they
say
use
Mo?
it.
Yeah. Okay.
No, they use it to call each other person, not the prophet.
Yeah. It's like they say a G for Jesus. Sometimes they use abbreviated forms. G for Jesus.
But they didn't
They
use that
say-
to Muhammad.
Yeah, okay. If it's a weak form, an abbreviated short form, then that's different. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right. Back to irrevocable divorce. Yeah, irrevocable divorce. Now, irrevocable means talaqun ba'in. Ba'in. You know what that means? Like who said? Was it Dina who said
Yes,
permanent?
doctor.
Yeah, permanent. Because if a woman is divorced 3 times, then that's called irrevocable divorce. Yeah, irrevocable يعني بائن يعني غير قابل للرجعة يعني. Yeah, but in Christianity, did you say once? Was that according to the Catholic or in all sects, Christian sects?
In all.
In all. So if
Yeah.
the lady is divorced once, that's it.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, right. So I'm trying to illustrate how different cultures, different social norms, how people, conceive the universe, how they conceive the universe. Right. Right. Now we have different types of presupposition. There are, I'm trying to, you have a copy of chapter 4, yeah? I think you all have copies of chapter 4. Chapter 4, you have types of potential presuppositions. That's the summary. So we have the type, then we have the definition, example, and presupposition. Yeah. Now, first, we have existential, from exist, existent, existential. Okay. So, definition of that, when we say this is an existential presupposition, it means a presupposition that someone or something exists. So when we say, for instance, the King of Sweden, this presupposes that there is someone who's called the King of Sweden. The cat, it means that cats exist. The ghost, this is an example cited by George Yule. The ghost, what is the ghost?
الأشباح دكتور والأرواح.
Not exist.
أنا بس معلش نفهم الأشباح وأرواح. Sometimes they use spirits, and they use ghosts.
Yes.
Ghosts الأشباح.
طيب الأشباح
spirits.
موجودة فعلا? Do they exist?
No, it's not exist.
No,
But
this
some
is
people.
No, I'm not asking about whether they believe in it, in ghosts or not. Does this exist? Do ghosts exist? When we say the ghost, do they exist?
It's not exist. No.
So that's not a right example then. Take it out. Existential. Existential means a presupposition that someone or something exists. Now, when we say angels, Do they exist?
Yes.
Yes.
They do
Yes.
exist.
Yes.
What are they made of? What are they made of?
light,
Light. What are human beings made of?
clay,
Clay.
Clay or
Clay.
dust. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are devils made of?
Fire.
fire,
Fire. Okay. So we have information, accurate information. Yeah. Okay. So the type is existential. Definition, a presupposition that someone or something exists. The king of Sweden, the cat, the ghost. The ghost doesn't exist. I mean, this is cited by. Ignore this. I mean, it's cited by the author George Yule. Then we okay. The presupposition is that X exists. Remember, I gave you an assignment on non-existing objects. Does Zeus exist?
No.
Does Apollo exist?
No.
No. Okay, so we have to be careful. I think about 10% of vocabulary listed in some dictionaries don't exist. They are myths. Myths don't exist. I mean, myths, Greek mythology, this was in the period before the introduction of a divine religion like Christianity. Before the introduction of Christianity, they had some pagan beliefs. See what I mean?
Yes.
See what I mean? Before the introduction of Christianity to Europe, they had some pagan beliefs. يعني أشياء وثنية، عقائد وثنية، هذا قبل وصول المسيحية طبعا اللي هي منزل من عند الله سبحانه وتعالى. Before that, they believed in more than one God. Like the Arabs believed in 450 idols, and each idol was assigned a name. They used to worship idols besides God. So before the introduction of divine revelation to Moses, Jesus, and Muhammad, peace be with them all, they had some myths, pagan beliefs. They were replaced later on by Christian, Muslim, Jewish names or set of beliefs. Okay. Factive, treating the presupposed information following a verb like know as a fact. Treating the presupposed information following a verb like know, for instance, like know, as a fact. So for instance, example, I regret leaving. What does that presuppose? I regret
That
leaving.
he wanted to stay.
I regret leaving. It presupposes that. Now, when I say I regret leaving, it presupposes that I left. I
Yes.
regret leaving. It presupposes that I left. Okay. Then we have the third type, which is non-factive. Non-factive. One that is assumed not to be true. Assumed not to be true. Yeah. So when we say